right, so what are we snacking on today? Let's talk about credibility. How would you define it? I'll say this, credibility is being worthy of belief or confidence. Are others confident in you? Do they believe in you? And how do we build that? Well, the first thing that I'll suggest is this: confidence begets confidence. How confident are you as a leader? Competence builds confidence. So how competent are you as a leader? If you want to be more credible, you got to be confident. And to be more confident, maybe you have to build your competence. So as you're talking about or sharing information or giving out directions or motivation, how confident are you when you're doing that? Are you direct? Are you assertive? That helps with the confidence and the competence that's needed to be demonstrated. So assertive is a Goldilocks kind of zone. And what I mean by that is when you're communicating, you can either be passive, you can be aggressive. One of them is too hot, one of them is too cold, and the other is just right, which is where assertiveness lies. So that means sharing the road of conversation. I'm not going to dominate, I'm not going to cut you off, I'm not going to tell you those ideas aren't great. I won't have that demonstration that I have all the rights and you have none. But on the other end, I'm not going to say you've got all the rights and I've got none. Assertive is sharing the road, and again, it's that Goldilocks zone. So to be confident, you build your competence. And to be confident is to be assertive. Another suggestion, humility. Are you willing to admit flaws or faults? If people are watching and paying attention, and they always are you willing to say, I didn't get it right? Are you willing to say, I thought this, but let's go in a different direction? Are you willing to admit that maybe you failed? But here's the idea, you failed forward. We got closer to the initiative. We got closer to the mission. Other people want to see that. If you walk around saying, I'm always right and you're never wrong, even when others are looking at you like, okay, that wasn't it. If you insist that it was something outside of you, if you're transferring blame, if you're not being accountable, then you won't be credible. So you have to be willing to be humble and in that humility, admit, I didn't get it right this time. That also demonstrates to them that they can admit flaw or failure as well. So another tip I would suggest if we want to be credible is to make sure that we are communicating effectively, that we are transparent, that we don't just speak about it, but that we are about it. And another way I've heard it is don't speak about it, be about it, right? And what does that mean? Walk the walk. If it's not just a do as I say, not as I do, but if I lay out some initiatives, some rules, if there's a new process, I'm also following the process, right? I'm demonstrating to others what should be done. So I'm not just going to talk about things, but I'm going to follow through. That is an expectation if you're going to be credible. And I guess another thing that I would suggest to help with credibility is demonstrated success. What have you done? Have you demonstrated to others that the advice that you have, the resources that you provide actually yield good results? So we can't be a person, again, who's always talking about great things, and when people look at your track record, they don't see anything that's really worthy of their confidence or of their belief. So if you can demonstrate your success or how what you offer leads to success, then you're more likely to build the credibility. Ultimately, you want people to trust you. But they trust you if you communicate well, if you are willing to be humble, right? If you are assertive, you take initiative and stand up, that you follow through in the things that you say that you're going to do. Lead by example, and you can build your credibility. Enjoy that snack and share it with somebody who needs it. Okay, so question. What just resonated with you? What is in alignment with the initiatives of your organization? Are you ready to bear fruit? Are you ready for the training to actually have a great and amazing return on investment? Do you see the information on the screen? Absolutely you do. Let's partner. Connect with us. Allow Fruitful Training Group to take your organization to the next level.